the way I intended to do this was to look at the pr- fundamental principles, both in physics and also in human memory, to look at the classics of the intellectual classics of democracy and also of the Hebrew classics, to look at the foundational ideas that they were imputing, and to synthesize them, to understand that their function, and to synthesize them. And obviously, one looks at the basic philosophy of the great constitutional giver, Moses. And in the raw description of a meeting with him and his father-in-law, Jethro, the high priest of Midian, which was even the word Midian comes from the word state or law. It was an advanced desert culture which influenced the thinking of Moses, at least according to the story. And in it, they synthesized two very curious ideas. One is the appointment of good people, of righteous people, of people of truth, and people who hate greed. But also within that, to synthesize that with another system of ministers of thousands, of hundreds, of fifties, and of tens. The idea that if someone has a problem, then they can go to somebody else, a minister of a 10, and that person can go to somebody else, a minister of 50s, who can go to someone else, a minister of hundreds, and someone else, a minister of thousands, in order to incentivize the flow of solutions to individual problems. This was an idea which was instated in the time of Moses for Israel to adopt, but it was never historically adopted. And I'm saying, well, this was a highly utopian, theoretical idea. And the question is, can it now be applied? And in the absence of really good ideas of how to administer problems, and there are so many of them, why not pilot this incredible idea? Because the idea of representation of good people seemed to work and has proven in the cauldron of human history that good people make for good governance. So let's try this idea of ministers of solutions in tens, fifties, hundreds, and thousands, and let's use our best instruments to employ it. And so the combination of artificial intelligence driven networks in groups of 10 and in groups of 10 people, and to identify one person who can or cannot solve a problem, that person identifies another person who can or cannot solve a problem, who identifies another person until the ministers of thousands. One can have access to recessed coordinates of knowledge, instruments, influence, and attributes to solve specific circumstance-based problems of individuals. That network, I believe, is a mosaic, a Jethroite political system, and equally, it is a system that can be used and can succeed very well today with the instruments at our disposal.